Abortion is a debatable topic that has led many Americans to choose sides on whether it's right or wrong. However, that is not the real question we should be asking. Instead of that, we should be asking who is responsible and who should get to decide on whether or not abortion is right or wrong. This decision should be going to the states and not to the people. In this speech, I will be explaining my motive for why they should be state-led, the solutions to how they would be state-led through two specific examples of American history Supreme Court cases, and the impacts on the individuals as well as the states themselves. I'm credible because of my research on abortion in terms of the subject on the U.S. Constitution and on Supreme Court cases that tie in with this, and I will be using note cards to help me with this presentation. So my first point I want to get across is that abortion should be state-led and not federally led. And this is the reason why is because if it was federally led, it would not be constitutional. According to William Hodes from the Federal Society, posted on August 17th of 2023, the objection to the federal anti-abortion legislation is unconstitutional. Although this goes to more pro-choice, which is not what we're debating, this states that such power in the federal government is against the Constitution, and that means the government should not interfere whatsoever. This aligns with the 10th Amendment, which says that the powers that are not given to the federal government by the Constitution or prohibited to the states by the Constitution should go to the states respectively or to the individuals living within. And this gives more of a legislative power check in favor of the states, so that way it kind of balances out the power. And now that I moved on to my first point, let me go on to my second point, which are some examples that will help tie into what has already happened and what solutions have already taken place. So in 1973, there was a Supreme Court case called the Roe versus Wade case. And this basically said that abortion was protected by the Constitution because they used the 14th Amendment, specifically the Due Process Clause, that protected the right to privacy. However, in 2022, according to the Brennan Center for Justice, posted on September 28th of 2022, Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Association, the case was overturned and stated that abortion is not protected by the Constitution. Therefore, it should go to the states. It should not be made up by the people in the hierarchy of our government, but instead should be made by the individuals who have opinions on it and who have diversity, and whether it's right or wrong, it should be made by those people. And this pretty much resolves the issue of a solution because it's already in place today in the year 2025. Now that I've gotten to my second point, let me go on to my third point, which are the benefits for going through this. According to Clark D. Forsythe from the Federal Society, on November 11, 2024, states can address causes of elective abortion, seek to reduce elective abortion, offer elective alternatives, and help women balance from family and work. Different states try different policies. They may have opposition to see whether or how women flourish in states with unlimited abortion and states with limited abortion. If we did not do this, however, this would create less opportunity and less experimentation on whether or not it would be right or wrong. Essentially, it's going off on the lines of, if we allow the states to get this power, some states are going to limit abortion, some states are going to legalize abortion, some states are going to completely cut it off, some states are going to completely be okay with it and say you can have as many abortions as you want. In general, these states will have diverse thought processes, if you will, to how it should be done. And this experimentation is good. It's good for growth, and it's good for the American independence that we see today. So in conclusion, the power of making decisions or making decisions specifically on abortion should not be made by the federal government, but should be made by the states, individuals and the individuals within. The legalization of abortion should be made by the states due to the fact that it's constitutionally accurate. The ruling of Dobbs versus Jackson's Women's Health Association in 2022, and because of the possible outcomes of this ruling that I have mentioned today. So as time goes on, with new by-elections coming on 2028, and more cases on this subject appear, remember that abortion should be in the hands of those who decide the future of this company, instead of people who decide on whether or not it should be federally mandated. Thank you.